The first time, I supported Demon Slayer. The second time, I hated Demon Slayer. But this time, I'm gonna save it. Okay, pizza people, just a heads up for this video. Obviously, we're gonna have spoilers, but we're also, for the sake of this video, we're gonna not include the end where all their little grandparents and whatever that BS was, okay? Because I didn't like that, okay? And we're also not going to include the point right before, like, Tanjiro got, like, humanized again or whatever, right? So all that stuff where he saw his all friends and family saying, "Come home, Tanjiro," that's out of there, okay? Because, you know, that all sucked. But let's continue with the video. Okay, going back to the beginning, I like right where Tanjiro became a demon or whatever, right? This is where my fan fiction, or like where I tend to deviate from the rest of the story, starts, right? So from here on, it's gonna be basically headcanon, and honestly, it's gonna be something that I thought would be a good idea. Also, I saw it somewhere under some threads or whatever, and I just kind of expanded on it in my own head. So here we go. Okay, so right when Tanjiro becomes Demon King Tanjiro or whatever, right? That's where the story was going crazy for me. Like, that was the peak of the story for me, right? Because that was like a huge twist, right? So I was like, what? When they decided to go ahead and like just throw all that away to make him come back human or whatever. So I think we should start from that very peak. And from that very peak, I think they should have done a whole thing where Tanjiro actually becomes like the main villain of the story. Like he just becomes the main antagonist, not necessarily evil, but an antagonist, you know, but with like almost like he's Muzan, but in Tanjiro's body, or like Tanjiro with Muzan essence or whatever, right? So he still retains some like Tanjiro features, but he's just evil, you know? So with him being Demon King Tanjiro, right, I think that he should have fought all of them like he was or whatever, just for a hot minute, and then he realizes he can't be affected by the sun, so that allows for him to hit a full escape. Everybody is around him weakened. Nobody can really fight him like that, so there's no reason he shouldn't have escaped, bro. He has the ability to withstand the sun, plus the ability of the sun and the water techniques from being a demon slayer before he became Demon King Tanjiro, plus he has the demon abilities that Muzan has. So essentially he's extremely overpowered, bro. So like there was no reason that Tanjiro should have gotten caught up by Kanao or whatever, but I think Tanjiro should have escaped, bro, and that would have been so cold. Like Tanjiro being on the run, starting a whole new demon line, and just imagine like a time skip or whatever after Tanjiro escapes with his demon powers as he's Demon King Tanjiro, right? Like, this could have made for so many cool things that happened in the series, first off, right? Like, since he's Demon King Tanjiro, obviously he can resurrect people that have died and make them like his demon moons or whatever, right? So imagine if he made the demon pillars, okay? Right, you heard me, right? The demon pillars, like all the pillars that died leading up to that final fight, even though it was a little bit rushed with all them dying or whatever, like that. Honestly, if they could revive the pillars and make them the new demon moons or whatever, bro, that's a huge setup, bro. That makes everything in that Muzan arc essentially makes sense and make it actually a lot cooler than how it ended up, right? Like, you know, Zenitsu's old like training partner when they were training on that master or whatever, how he still retained his demon slaying techniques even when he became a demon. Imagine that guy, but on like pillar level, bro, and they're demons, bro, so they're already overpowered, bro. It's essentially like Demon Slayer Shippuden, where Tanjiro becomes the new Muzan. Essentially he becomes the one thing he's hated. And another cool thing about this, right, is if we got like a little bit of a time skip or whatever, because, you know, in this universe that I'm creating right here, Tanjiro escapes and he's creating a bunch of new demon pillar moons or whatever, and they're basically the new big bads of the world. So we still have a reason for the Demon Association to keep going. We have to get new pillars, new characters, just a whole time skip with a whole bunch of new character development. You know, we still have Giyu as the water pillar, Zenitsu becomes the lightning pillar, Nezuko becomes the new fire pillar, I don't know, Inosuke the beast pillar. Like, bro, like, imagine all, like, we actually get to see them trained up in a time skip, bro, a little bit older, and they're all trying to track down Tanjiro to take him out. So instead of the big three being like Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, it becomes Nezuko, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, bro. Like, that's so cold. Like, it's almost like a complete switch of the series, bro. And I honestly, that's one of the coldest concepts I could think of. And it works too, bro, because Tanjiro, he was really a demon for a second there, bro. Like, he was really about to dip off and try to kill all those people, but instead he kind of just stood there and let himself get stabbed by Kanao, which that just didn't make any sense to me. And he just woke up like, it's all fine now. But let me tell you why this works, okay? This is the second segment of the video, and let me tell you why all of that should have happened. Okay, so first off, I think this allows for a lot more character development that we didn't get, right? Because if you look at those ancestors or whatever, it's obviously that they're all like the kids, well, where they're all in the same bloodline as the characters from Demon Slayer were in. Like Tanjiro and Kanao, Zenitsu and Nezuko, like all those couples worked out, but all we really got to see is them traveling around killing demons, but we really don't get how these relationships formed or whatever. So I think essentially creating a Demon Slayer Shippuden, like, I know it's kind of corny that a lot of series are doing it these days, but I honestly think it would have been for the best to see a lot more character development between these relationships in order to make that ending make a lot more sense and feel a lot less rushed. Because, like, I like Demon Slayer, but you can't lie and say that we missed out on a lot more potential character development that we could have gotten. Like, the whole Tanjiro and Kanao thing, like, bro, we got that in little glimpses throughout the story. But it really wasn't shown enough for everybody to be like, oh, these two characters are 100% going to end up with each other. Like, Nezuko and Zenitsu had a crush on Nezuko. That was about it. Other than that, Nezuko was too busy being, like, in a childlike mindset, and I just don't think it was the best thing for the story, bro. And honestly, it just didn't feel right to me, just seeing their kids later down the line with no explanation on how this happened or when it happened, and it was just overall weird to me. And also, another thing is that it creates really good cinematic parallels. I don't know if I've already mentioned this before, but when I say that, I mean the fact that Nezuko started off as a demon and she didn't have demon slaying powers. Tanjiro started off as a demon slayer with no demon powers. So just for us to see those two characters essentially do a huge switch would be great, amazing storytelling, bro. Like, that would have been top tier. Like, that would have been on some Attack on Titan level stuff for me, bro. Like, it would have been cool to see that they were possibly setting this up since the very beginning of the story, to see these two characters have to go in and just, like, become the same as each other, but through two different paths, if that makes any sense. But then again, the creator of Demon Slayer, I was seeing some he say she say about the creator of Demon Slayer having to go back to their family, just due to personal issues overall or whatever. So who knows what the true intentions of the story could have been. But I do feel like it was overly rushed, and it overall just didn't make for good storytelling, in my opinion. So I just wanted to spit a little bit of headcanon to let you guys know a different path the story could have taken that might have been a wee bit better for me. That could have made this series honestly a lot more interesting for me, and for me to not hate the series leading to its end. But I do suggest you guys still go in and check out Demon Slayer, because overall it is a really good series. And honestly, up until that final ending, it was overall that heat pack week to week. So I can see why Demon Slayer had its hype up until the very ending of the manga. You know what I mean? Because, you know, even some animes with bad endings do still continue to carry on that clout. But pizza people, my name is Time Pizza, and this is genuinely how I felt Demon Slayer should have ended.